Hi, welcome to TJMF.
Or Two Jews Making Food.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Amy.
And we are bringing you today Bangin Bagel Brunch.
Bangin Bagel Brunch, straight from LTV in East Hampton, which is a big deal for us.
Yes, this is very exciting. We're in a new home, a new kitchen.
As opposed to your kitchen, which is where we normally were.
So for those of you who have not joined us before, we used to do this show out of my kitchen in my home with a cell phone.
An undisclosed location, her home.
And due to a pandemic, we kind of had to put things on
a little
pause.
derailed, but now we're here at LTV and it's very exciting. We have multiple cameras.
Yes, at lighting.
There.
And lovely
And we
people.
have people who are helping us and they've been so wonderful.
But you know who came with us?
Yeah, well, yes. So
besides Amy and myself.
Well, when we first started filming this show at Rebecca's, we were using my phone. And in order to not forget to look at the camera, we created a focal point, and that focal point is the wonderfully handsome and dashing and
easy to look at,
somewhat brutish Jason Momoa. He's here on the fridge.
So he came
here.
with
He is. See, Jason Momoa. Hello.
On our
that's
shoulder.
I'm not like inappropriately. It's just like it's nice.
It's a picture.
It's good.
I think you're right.
And my husband is well aware of my appreciation for Jason Momoa.
Well,
it's he deals with it, and he's just gonna have to because.
Well, we could talk about Jason Momoa.
We could all day. But really quickly before we start,
Yes.
we just wanted to talk about how this all started.
Yes. So this show came to be where I was throwing a Hanukkah party for my family, and Amy, in her traditional Amy style, was having a little bit of FOMO.
Fear of missing out.
Yes, that she was not invited.
She was telling me about the party, and I'm like,
Yes.
you didn't invite your Jewish friend?
I know, and then we got to talking about all the food, and we loved all the food and the various things that we cooked and that she cooked, and we said it would be really fun to get together and just cook. And for some reason,
film it.
We thought filming it would be hilarious.
Because Rebecca loves to be on camera.
I do, and we thought my mom would like to see it, and your
And
mom,
my mom and
your
my
mom and
dad.
your parents. They thought they would think it was funny.
Yeah. So we did it.
We did.
And then we said we had,
So before I even got off the phone with Amy, she had Facebook, she had Instagram, we had a YouTube feed. We were good to go from the beginning because that's Amy.
So for those of you who have been following us, we hope you will continue to follow us now here on LTV.
Now that we are on our new home.
Now let's get some bagels going.
All right.
Rebecca's going to actually make bagels, which we do have a lovely bounty of bagels here in a variety of sizes, minis and flagels and regular ones. So, but you're going to make homemade bagels
So now my
in less than 24 minutes.
Yes. So my sister, when I was younger, used to make bagels, but it was like a whole to-do. You'd turn on the oven, you'd have boiling water going. It was a whole production, and it made making bagels like really time consuming. But this is such an easy recipe. You literally throw things in a bowl and then you throw it in the oven. I make them for my kids in the morning before they go to school. Like that's how easy it is.
Yeah, nobody ever makes their own bagels. That's bonkers.
Yes, but this is so easy you can.
Okay.
Or you can even make it the night before, put it in the refrigerator,
It's
and then
really
throw
fast.
it into the oven. It's amazing. So let's get
Do
started.
it.
Let's do it. So I start with.
This is how we do
All
it.
right.
We also break into song.
So it is 1 cup of flour. I'm just using regular all-purpose flour.
1 cup of all-purpose flour.
So if you are going to use the self-rising flour, which some people have in their house, I don't. I just have regular all-purpose flour. You would have to leave out the salt that I'm going to add and the baking powder.
Really?
Yes.
So you're using just regular all-purpose flour.
Yes, I like all-purpose flour myself. So then I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of the baking powder. Just throw it right there in the middle. Now, what I like to do
2 teaspoons of baking powder.
2 teaspoons of baking powder. I like to just zhuzh it a bit. I don't know if it gives it air or helps it to rise in the oven or whatever, but I just think it's fun.
Zhuzhing.
The zhuzhing. So now the important part is the salt. Please do not forget the salt. It will make these not taste
The salt.
as good as they should. So I put in about a teaspoon of salt, which is a lot of salt, but that's okay.
Well, it brings out the flavor.
That's right. Maybe I like salt bagels.
I love the aerial view of you cooking. This is something we tried to.
remember when
We used to hold our camera up
Oh my
and
gosh. We'd be like holding it up above our heads, like trying to get the right angle. It was hilarious. Okay, so
it was
now-
funny and it worked.
And it worked. And
Now we're super
it's
fancy.
So I make like a little hole in the
A little
middle
well.
of
I think that's the
well.
term.
A
A well. You've made a well in your flour.
And I have plain non-fat Greek yogurt. It's really important that it's Greek yogurt and not just regular plain yogurt because the what is it, the enzymes or whatever that's in
Something like that.
something like that is what helps it to rise.
And it doesn't have to be non-fat. This just came from a skinny taste dot, it was a skinnier website or something, right?
Yeah.
So But I think the lower the fat, the higher the sugar content usually. So
I have never made it with low,
like I'm curious
low
like
fat.
how much sugar is in this one.
Wait, I need to spoon.
Oh,
I've
you
never
take
made
the
it
spoon.
with low-fat yogurt. But
5 sugars.
I mean, I'm gonna survive it. I think you're gonna survive it too.
Your
All right.
skinny is good.
So I wish I had a trick for easily getting the yogurt out of the cup. Somebody has one.
Invent it.
Invent it, or if you have like a
I
tip,
think it's called a spatula.
which I have here.
Oh.
All right, there we go.
I got
And
some
now
yogurt.
this dough, this recipe is super easy to double, triple, half, whatever you want to do. It's very forgiving. So now all you do is you mix it like this. Amy, what's your favorite kind of bagel?
Everything.
Everything.
I mean,
right?
not every kind of bagel. Well, actually, that's true too.
I like all
I
bagels.
like an. You know what? I love an everything bagel, but even better, a pumpernickel bagel
Really?
with everything on it. So.
With everything.
And
on
sometimes
it?
you can request that. They don't always make it, but if you can request it ahead of time at a lot of bagel stores. If you want to call like the night before and you'll be like, I want pumpernickel flagels and I want them to be everything. Everything pumpernickel flagels. That's a good choice for me.
For you. So if someone was going to bring you surprise breakfast, that would be fancy.
It ever surprises me, but yes, that would be
Well,
great.
maybe I'm going to start knocking on your window, being like, Amy, I have
That would
breakfast
be
for you."
awesome.
All right, so this is the dough. That's it.
Okay.
So now some people would throw this onto the cutting board or your counter. I don't like to really mess things up. I don't want to have to wipe anything down extra. So I just knead the dough in the bowl.
So it's a little wet, so you added a little more flour?
Yeah,
It's very
absolutely.
sticky.
It is sticky. It's sticky.
I don't like getting my hands particularly dirty, so
This
I'm
is
glad
not the
you're
part
doing
for
this.
you then, I guess. So now when I go to shape these, I do always get my hands a little bit wet because it keeps it from sticking to my hands, obviously. I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
So my favorite bagel, I think it's an everything bagel. Now, do you
Yeah.
take yours with cream cheese or butter?
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
But when I'm feeling really naughty, I'll put a little bit of butter in too.
Oh, shoot. A two?
No, as well.
So
I'll
you-
put a
you
little
butter the
butter in
bagel and
as
then-
well. Yes.
And then you also put cream cheese on top?
Yeah.
You're so fancy.
I mean, not always. Again, that's very decadent.
All right, so I'm giving my hands a quick rinse.
Okay, please do.
So now, my son, do you know people who eat weird bagels?
Oh, yes. This is an interesting topic.
Like what constitutes
A weird combination.
weird combination? So my son likes to eat an everything bagel with the cannoli cream cheese, which my husband insists is actually just frosting.
No, I am not okay with that.
But he loves it. It's like the sweet and the
I
salty
had a
and-
guy that worked for me many years ago who would get a blueberry bagel and he'd put scallion cream cheese on it. No, that's not okay. Listen, I'm all for mixing savory and sweet, but when onions get into the mix, I don't think that that's unless they're like caramelized onions.
Now,
then
I
that's
had
fine.
a friend who liked to put peanut butter on her everything bagel. All right, so I'm
I'm okay
throwing
with that.
I'm throwing in everything bagel seasoning.
Which you
They
can get
have this
anywhere.
anywhere.
Yeah.
It was in my regular grocery store, and that's where I picked it up. Now, some people like to just dust it onto the top. I like to actually throw the flavoring into the bagel itself
Because you're smart.
because I'm smart, and because then like the flavorings throughout the whole bagel. Like everyone's favorite part is the top because it has all the good stuff on it. But why not put it in the whole
And sometimes
bagel?
it falls off.
Sometimes it falls off, and you get to eat it with your fingers. Yum.
That's the best.
Okay, so Amy,
Yes. I
I'm
keep
gonna-
getting things on my hands I gotta wash. I don't like, you'll notice I wipe my hands and like wash them a lot because I don't like
you like to
schmutz.
be clean.
I don't like schmutz on my hands.
Nobody likes schmutz on theirs. Okay,
So
so
you're separate, you're
this recipe that I just did is good for 4 bagels. That's why if you want to make 8, 12, double it, triple it, whatever you want to do. My mom triples this all the time and makes a dozen bagels, and she puts them in the freezer. Okay, so now
so you've divided it into 4.
I've divided it into 4.
Let's
now
get this going.
I'm gonna get my hands wet because it keeps the dough from sticking, but you can't get them too wet because then it makes the dough wet, like wetter than it already is.
I can't even see that. And it's white on white
Okay, so
after
here,
labor.
let's put this here. Why not white after Labor
I
Day?
know.
All right, so Amy, we also have
I
an
gotta get
egg
my
here.
hands wet.
Now, some people like an egg wash. Again, I'm trying to make the least amount of dishes in my life possible, so I don't do an egg wash. I don't think it's necessary. So I roll it into a ball, and
Into a
then
bowl.
I just push my thumb through, and I make a hole.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's really
It's really, yeah.
Wet.
Yeah, so I go like that. You hate the word wet?
Into them. Not getting into that now. Don't trigger me.
It's for a different show.
I started it actually. It is for a different show.
Okay, I'm doing it again. Just kind of like it. All right.
That's for showtime.
That's for your Showtime special. So again, just push through.
Push through. Oh, this one's messy.
Still gonna taste
But
good.
you know what? Who cares?
Cares.
Who cares?
All right, so we have holes. Now, Amy, you're
Yeah.
going to put an egg wash on yours.
Okay.
Because you think it's necessary.
Well,
I am not putting an egg wash on mine because I don't think it's necessary. But I do like to put a little bit of it just on top. I'm going to sprinkle mine like that.
well, I don't have.
Use a paper towel.
Oh, all right. You read my mind.
Girl, I'm with you.
Yeah, I would normally use a
Brush.
brush, but I'll just, as you said, just use a paper towel.
Some days you just can't think of it all, Amy. I'm anxious to see if the egg wash really makes a difference. I have
too.
never found it makes a difference. I don't find, everyone's like, it makes it shiny. I don't know. Does it make it shiny?
All right. I'm sprinkling some of this seasoning on
And I'm so
my
crazy that I'm
bagel.
cleaning up my space as I go.
You're very good.
I know, I'm sorry, I can't
All
remember.
right. How long does this bake for?
It's about 20, 25 minutes. It depends on how hot your oven is, depends on how your oven cooks.
Well, it's a good thing you made some in advance then.
Yes. So here we go.
All right.
Going into the oven.
Into the oven. All right.
Fancy oven.
What did you say the temperature?
We are cooking this 375 for about 20 minutes. And again, it really depends on how hot your oven. Like I tend to use a really small oven, not even the big oven, because I like to, again, not make a huge mess and not turn on my oven all the time. So I'll make them in like my conventional oven on the counter. And that cooks super fast because it's small.
Cocktail time.
Yes, cocktail time. Okay, so we're moving on. We're still keeping it themed.
We normally start with cocktails, but because Rebecca had to get her bagels in the oven,
Yeah.
We're doing them now.
We're doing them now. So
am
we
thirsty.
have our fun TJMF. Is this, we never even looked it up.
TJMF, Tuesdays
It's,
Making
it's
Food.
our coupe.
Oh, it's a
glass.
old-timey champagne.
We
glass.
decided we didn't like champagne flutes
Flutes.
because you feel like your face is in the
And they're hard to clean.
They're hard to clean. They don't even go in this. Anyway, we are making, you want to open that, Amy?
Yes, I do.
We are making like a mimosa, but we're making it with apple cider instead of orange.
Does that one have a name?
'Tis the season. I'm sure it does. I don't know what it is. Apple
I'm making lots of noise. Sorry.
cider mimosas.
Apple cider mimosa.
Oh, so what we're doing is we're going to make a sugar rim. Now we go ahead and we take brown sugar because
Why not?
why not? Brown
delicious.
sugar is delicious. Do you ever open up brown sugar and see like a little tiny piece in the bag and eat it? Whoa! We're so festive. Well, and we're cheersing. We're celebrating that we're back.
Yes.
So I love brown sugar, so I'm using brown sugar, and then I'm
Brown
throwing
sugar.
in some pumpkin spice, and I'm just gonna zhuzh it with my hands.
And the difference between pumpkin pie spice and apple pie spice,
apple spice
is you said ginger.
Ginger. That's the only difference. If you don't want ginger in your mix, then get apple pie
You
spice.
have a little bit of it.
If you like ginger in your mix, then you get pumpkin pie spice. So I take a piece of orange and I just go around the rim of the glass. Please don't use water. If you use water, it'll eventually run down the glass and it makes the glass really sticky, and then the sugar disintegrates anyway. I don't know why with the orange it does not do that, but it does not. Or lemon or lime, whatever you like. So we go like that. I make sure it has enough because I like it to have a lot because I'm fancy. So I do this. All right,
Does
Amy,
this go in and then you put the?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna pour this in.
pour it in.
Leave a little room for the other stuff.
I want more. Come on.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Oh well, it worked okay.
It's fine.
Give me some cider.
All right, so then we're gonna just pour the apple cider right in.
Oh, it looks good.
Look how fancy we are.
Looks real good.
Oh my gosh, Amy, cheers to being back together for the show up and running, to making it to LTV this
Here
far.
we are. We're not done yet.
Hey, we're not done.
We need to drink.
We're just cheersing ourselves as we do.
That is delicious.
Oh, that's worth it. That's my new fall. That's my new fall favorite.
It's your new fall
festive.
favorite?
This is like people should do this.
It is. It's really good. Okay, well we gotta, as my grandma would say, hubsha hubsha, quick like a bunny.
Hubsha,
Hubsha
hubsha.
hubsha, quick like a bunny.
What's hubsha?
Like speed up, hurry up.
Is
All
that
right.
a Yiddish word?
I don't know if it's officially a Yiddish word.
It's a made up Yiddish word?
I think it's a
from your grandma?
Malin thing.
Should we do the Yiddish word?
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my God, it is time.
It's time for the
Rebecca.
Yiddish word. This is also something
Yeah,
that
we always done. We're gonna throw it to a pre-recorded.
We're gonna throw
to
it to
Southern
your dad.
California to my dad, Al Steinhaus, for the Yiddish lesson of the day.
All right, Al, what do you got for us?
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm good. What? So here we are on Two Jews Making Food on LTV. That's local television in East Hampton, New York, and you are going to give us the Yiddish lesson of the day. So, what is the Yiddish word that you've chosen for us?
Schmear.
Schmear.
Schmear. Or
Schmear.
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 And okay, so I know what it is, but tell us what schmear is.
Schmear is like when you have a bagel and you go into it with cream cheese, you don't just dab the cream cheese on. You take a big wad and you smear it on.
Smear it. You smear it on.
It means in abundance.
Yeah. And to spread, essentially. To
And to
schmear.
spread. Right.
And in Yiddish, it's really to spread cheese. I looked it up and it's like specifically cheese.
Well, did they say cream cheese?
They say cheese.
Yeah.
But it's also the actual cream cheese is referred to as the schmear.
As the
So like
schmear.
bagels that we're putting out some bagels and schmear.
That's right.
No good shiva is without bagels and schmear. Not that a shiva is good, but if you go to a shiva and there's no bagels and schmear, they must only be half Jewish.
When nobody died.
Or nobody died. Yes. All right. Well, thank you, Dad. Thank you for the Yiddish lesson of the day.
All right.
Schmear. How do you spell it?
It's Chmear, if I had to guess.
Yeah. I think you're right. Okay. Schmear. All right. Thank you. I love you very much.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Al,
My
thank you.
dad.
He's the best.
He's a piece of work.
Now, I got to say, when I heard the word schmear, I used the word schmear as in not a lot, like just a schmear, just a little bit.
No, schmear is a lot. Yes.
Maybe that's where I've been going awry at the
Yeah.
bagel
You're
store.
getting too much because you're saying schmear.
Well, I
Like
think of
slathering
schmear.
on.
Oh, slather.
Schmear. Well, yeah.
I don't know that I think of
schmear.
it as a slather. A schmear, I always feel like it's just a schmear, like a little bit.
So, my dad, funny. I like when he said, I said, if there's not a
there's
good
no-
spread, if there's not
yeah.
a good schmear, then they must only be half Jewish. And he says, or nobody died.
Or nobody died. That's so Al.
That was totally not planned, by the way. Just
Amy, he's definitely
he
your
funny.
dad.
He is my dad.
All right, so let's.
So now
where are we? Where are we
So
now?
our bagels are nearly done, sort of. We are now just preparing our bagel charcuterie board for the bagel brunch.
Does the word charcuterie board, is that hard for anybody else to say?
No, maybe.
Really? I find it's really difficult to say
Really?
charcuterie more than like 3 times.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. I mean, I did it.
Tip of the tongue.
All that acting training, and I can't
So
say
I've just,
charcuterie board.
I've just been cutting up a variety of things for our charcuterie board, which not normally that would be meat and cheese. It's similar, but not really because we've got lox and we've got vegetables. So there are some traditional things that go on bagels that people kind of know and love, like
Well,
tomato.
if you're going to like, we'll call it a Jewish brunch, things you'd expect to see.
You would expect to
said
see
brunch.
red onion,
Yes.
tomato,
Sure.
capers.
Capers.
I'm not a fan of capers.
I like capers.
You like them.
That's why they're
But
there.
they have to be there. I'm not. It's not all about me.
It's not about you, Amy.
And of course,
Lox.
a lot of lox.
Yeah, it can't be like a little bit of lox.
No,
People
you
will
have
be
to make sure you have
offended.
plenty. There's actually more in the fridge. But because some people like other things, I also like to shake it up. I've got some rainbow microgreens here. Figs just for fun because they're pretty.
I love
I've got
figs.
some gherkins. Oops. I've got some avocado because it's brunch. Somebody might want to make more of a lunchy kind of thing. And we're from California, both of us.
Yeah,
so
but I think you'd need deli meat.
whatever.
have to
Fine.
do
But I
deli.
put the avocado there because why not? And 3 kinds of tomatoes, all heirloom, and cucumbers.
From a farm stand?
Yes, from a farm stand. But we also have our schmears. We've got plain. We've got scallion. We've got vegetable. And then there is a whitefish salad. And then Rebecca, tell us what you
So
have.
my husband, he likes to fish. He's a fisherman, and he caught some mahi. So we actually smoked the mahi, and we have a beautiful smoked mahi salad. Now, if you go to like a Jewish brunch and there is not a smoked fish, you should leave because it is not a Jewish brunch then. You should immediately leave.
Same with the Shiva.
Yes, if there's no smoked fish, then did the shiva happen?
Then somebody didn't actually die. Or they're not Jewish, so it's not really a Shiva. Here's some. Oh, another thing is butter, because some
Butter?
people would prefer butter.
Some people are scared of the cream cheese.
Some people don't want to put cream cheese on it at all, but they want to put jam or
Here,
jelly. So I've got some jelly there.
I'm sorry, I'm busy with my cocktail. I only have one hand to offer.
I've also pre-prepared a watermelon salad with blackberries. And I also always let's put this here. What I normally do is I do watermelon salad with either blackberries or blueberries. This watermelon isn't the brightest red right now, so if you go into the overhead camera, you'll see it looks almost more like a papaya. But what I do is I put a little bit of lime zest in. So I zest my lime.
Zest it, girl.
Yeah, and then it's not zesting so well, but you do a little lime zest and then a little lime juice. Oh, you know what else? Always make sure to roll your lime and your lemon before you actually cut it, because that loosens up the juices. So then I put a little lime juice in, keeps it fresh and delicious. Normally I would also put mint in, but guess what? I left the mint at home.
It happens.
It happens. So there we've got our, well, that's really going all over the place. There is our watermelon and blackberry salad to go with our bagels.
So this is our Bangin Bagel Brunch.
Whoops. Yeah.
So now, Amy, what is a flagel?
A flagel is a flat bagel.
What's the
That's all
point
it
of a
is.
flagel?
What's the point of a flagel?
Like, why wouldn't
say?
you just order a bagel?
Because some people like to have more room in which to schmear
Okay.
on their bagel.
Now, I think we need to make the people aware, because this is an East Coast show.
Yes.
When I first moved to the East Coast from California, in California, they make open-faced bagels. Do you find that to be true?
Well, yes, but I just make mine open face.
Right, but when I moved to the East Coast and they would always close their bagels like a sandwich, I thought that was the strangest. I thought they had made the bagel wrong. And when I opened it up, there was only the cream cheese on the one side. That was the most bizarre experience. I like open-faced bagel to this day.
I do too, but again, I like the open face bagel because that means I have two bagels.
You
in
put more
which
stuff on
to
it.
put things on.
Ugh.
Speaking of which, let's do that.
Let's do that.
So-
All right, I'm putting this down.
This is our first episode, and we're getting used to things. So
Figuring
Rebecca's
out.
bagels that she just made are probably not ready, but we have some ready.
Checking on them. I'm checking on them.
And I also have a toasted.
Very close.
They're not quite there, but we'll show you
Very
how
close,
they look
very
before we.
But I have
bring it.
these.
And then
which
I've got
I-
also a toasted flagel up in there, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just grab this whole thing.
Thank
I'll
you.
grab this whole thing.
Thanks, girl.
And then we'll do this. So we're
I'm gonna do the flagel because, and then you're gonna show off how you
gonna-
make your bagel. So
Now we need a knife
they're in here. Oh, to cut.
to cut the thing, because you cut yours, but I didn't cut mine.
Sorry. You know, Rebecca.
Can't do
You
it
know what
all,
we say.
Amy. No kvetch.
No kvetching.
No kvetching here.
Got kvetch. No kvetching.
Cutting it.
That means no whining.
No whining.
No complaining.
Ugh.
But we do a lot of kibitzing, which is
Always.
a lot of talking.
Chatting.
So I am
All right,
going
I'm trying not
for.
to cut myself with this. Is what I'm trying to do.
I'm
It's
going to go
also
for the
hot.
scallion cream cheese.
Ooh, yum. Okay, that didn't cut great, but that's because it's hot and I'm trying to hold on to it.
So
There we go.
this is the schmear.
But look how pretty the inside of that bagel looks.
It looks really dense.
It's
and
like
good.
a regular bagel.
It looks delicious. I'm going to try that too.
Yum.
But
What I love about these bagels too is it's not like you're just eating endless amounts of carbs. It is made with Greek yogurt, so there's protein in it, which makes it last, I think, a little
I
bit
want to
longer.
eat endless amounts of carbs.
I do too.
I mean, I won't, but I should. What kind of cream cheese are you going?
I'm going with plain cream
Plain
cheese.
cream
I like plain cream cheese.
And we both love tempty cream cheese. We did bring some, but that's an East Coast thing, and which is funny, we're West Coast people, but we both happen to love tempty cream cheese, which is whipped.
See, I think whipped cream cheese on a bagel is ideal.
Yeah.
It's dreamy.
Oh, it is dreamy.
See, and I'm making it open face.
Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done half of mine with smoked fish.
Oh shoot.
Next time.
Oh, I still have room.
So
I'm gonna do There's also more bagels in the oven, so I can make another one for myself if I wanted.
you could. Oh, good. Look at you.
very
I'm going
fancy.
with a very generous amount of smoked salmon because it's here in my face.
I'm
and
doing
gonna eat
smoked
it.
fish salad because my husband made it.
Yeah, girl.
Smoke this fish for us.
Smoking. Ooh, smoking the fish.
Amy, I'm making my bagel.
Sorry. I'm gonna do some tomato. That's cut that one a bit thick.
Ooh, I want this one.
I'm gonna go. Oh, you going yellow? I'm gonna go yellow and orange on this one.
I'm gonna do microgreens
I'm gonna do a little microgreens too.
just because they're there. And why not?
And you know what? It's so pretty.
There.
Whoopsie.
All right, now see, this is how I think it should be. Open-faced bagel, so you can have a variety of breakfast goods on it. Or brunch goods.
Right. This is very. I'm proud of you for doing two different things. I dropped the ball there.
But yours are pretty impressive. I don't know, like,
Well-
you kind of have added all of it on there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. And my friends,
Oh, you know
like
what I'm gonna
Britt
do?
and Erica and Roxanne, will tell you like they know like that's how I do it. Here, I'm gonna pull a fig
This
on my
is
plate.
how we do
Here.
it. All right, I have to sing
Can we
that
get
song.
a little aerial shot of this?
Should I hold it up? Look how pretty that came out.
Oh, look at how it's so
Whoa.
colorful.
Yours
You need
is-
you need a garnish. Let me give
Garnish
you
it.
There's a fig for you.
Oh, wait, I want the gherkin things.
Oh, here, just put the whole thing on your plate.
Oh, I'm gonna
Look at that.
all those gherkins.
You can eat all the gherkins.
My
So-
children are so jealous right now. They love gherkins.
So this is, a good. This is how I do my bagel. A lot of stuff, and it's really pretty.
Amy, that's really beautiful.
I know. We gotta take a bite, and then put a little bit of the salad on.
Oh, yeah. Let's put some
Yeah,
salad on.
that'll brighten up your
Oh,
plate.
where you, okay, there we go.
Yeah. Here you go.
Boom.
Can you grab a couple forks?
Sure. They're here. They're here.
All right.
Boom, boom.
Couple of napkins.
All right. Bangin.
This is a Bangin Bagel
Bagel
Brunch.
Brunch.
So we have our either homemade bagels or store bought.
Oh my gosh, I
We
love
have,
these bagels. They're so good.
We have our watermelon blackberry salad with fresh lime juice and lime zest, and normally mint, but I forgot it. We have our very many schmears and accoutrements and salads.
You know what I love is how different they are.
Yeah.
I love that but it's all delicious. And that's
So
all that
let's-
matters.
Let's give it a taste.
All right, I'm doing smoked fish.
Okay, I'm going.
All right, we're going silent. Hold on. Oh my gosh, so good.
Don't you wish you had that Wonka vision?
Do not say smell-o-vision.
Wonka vision when you
Okay.
could eat it. Sorry, guys. So
My
we
gosh.
did it. Which one's yours? This is yours. You drank the whole thing already. So here's to our first
Last not
episode.
that big, Amy.
I know.
Oh my gosh, we made it.
We did it.
All 30 minutes of it.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. Tune in for TJMF. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm Amy, and we'll be back with more schmaltz and shtick.
Cheers.
Cheers.